Hello, it's Alexson here, and thank you for joining me once again as I go live. And today I have something really exciting to talk to you about. I'm so excited about it, and a bit loath to stand up and talk to you because I know when I'm this excited about something that I'm going to be gesticulating and moving around a lot, so I won't do that to you. Thanks for joining me. Just in these first few seconds, I'm going to very quickly, from my computer over here, very quickly share this into my group, Mystery Unschool. And if you're not in that group yet, come and join us. We have lots of fun over there, lots of wild, mad conversations, lots of unschooling about the spiritual arena, about what gets talked about. So we're talking about things that are different than everywhere else. So come and join us there if you haven't yet become a member. You are most welcome to do that, and I'll just quickly share this into that group so that anybody over there who wants to join us knows where to come and join us. Just hit live there, and one more quick share just onto my timeline. So again, if anybody is wanting to join us, they know where to find us. Isn't it wonderful, social media? You reach so many people, or none at all. Hello, Tanya. Thank you for joining me. So I want to talk today about the current energies that we're in. Power vibes coming in. Power energy. Love, joy. Just amazing energy coming in at the moment. I want to talk about it. But I also want to talk about something that is being spoken about by lots and lots of channels and also other practitioners in the spiritual arena, talking about this thing called the event. And they're talking about this, well, some people are talking about it as if it is going to fix everything for us, as if we are going to somehow transform into 5D beings and move into something called the new earth. And I want to dispel some of those teachings, some of those myths. So I want to talk about the event from my perspective. I had a look at a few things yesterday. I started to become aware of it. I've known something's been going on for probably about 5 weeks now, energetically, and I've been feeling into it, and I've been allowing myself to be in it. I've been watching all of you in it. I have been exploring it myself, finding out what it's all about. And last night I sat down and talked to the All That Is, the group that I work with, and we spoke about this so-called event that's happening. It's not just one event, and it's not an event. So we want to just clear up all of that and give you a different perspective on it, in case you have been watching some of these channelings and things that are talking about, one of them's giving very bad advice, and I just want to touch on that very quickly. When I get to that point, I will mention it. Now, so let me start formally. My name's Anne Alexson. I am a direct voice channel of the highly evolved non-physical stream of consciousness group that call themselves All That Is. When they speak through me, when I invoke them and allow them use of my voice, we create transformation and healing through the vibrational frequency of the words that we speak. So I sat down yesterday and had a chat with this guidance group that I work with, who I've been hanging out with now consciously for over 10 years. And they've always been very upfront with me, very straight with me, always very clear about what's going on with me and with the people that I'm around. So always, my clients are always included in that. And helping me to go to places I need to see things so that I can speak to what's being spoken about out there in the world. So I'm just glancing over here because I've got my computer here and I've got some notes there because I don't want to miss anything. So we're talking about the mystical event that is supposedly taking place March-April 2018, which is now, of course. So I want to tell you what the truth about that is, what's going on, what's happening with the humanities ascension, and more importantly about your spiritual journey, your personal spiritual journey. So thank you so much for joining me. Why don't I just jump straight in and get into it? Forgot to get myself a glass of water. Not a very good thing to do when I'm talking. All right, so I know you've all been feeling the energies. Just flick me a heart or a like or something just to indicate that you know what I'm talking about when I say the energies that we're currently in. So right now, and for the past, let's say 5 weeks, let's go back 5 weeks, but for the past 5 weeks or so, we've had very, very strong energies coming in. Thank you for just letting me know that you know what I'm talking about. We've had some strong energetics coming in now. Most people have been feeling it as a sense of not really, well, there's a bit of lethargy around it, a bit of uncertainty about where I'm going. Other people have been feeling it as this great surge of energy of, I want to get stuck into what I'm here to do, and feeling very powerful. Myself, it's been about 5 weeks since I've actually gotten any real full hard work done. I've just been in my feminine energy, receiving. So I've been sitting in my feminine energy, doing nice things for myself, pampering myself, looking after myself, being quiet, and just simply in the feminine energy of receiving. So I've been able to receive all of these energetics that are coming in, because they've been very, very powerful. Now, some people have been knocked off their feet. I've had on and off symptoms of purging, and that's a nice way of saying it. Symptoms of purging and cleaning out, and I know many, many other people have as well. So that's all been part of it as well, receiving these energetics. Now, let's talk about these energetics that I'm talking about. There was even reported on, I think it was abc.net.au or somewhere like that, basically all the scientific things are speaking to this huge solar wind that is coming into the planet. As I said, it's been coming for a very long time. They're now saying that it should be starting around today, tomorrow, over the weekend. These energies are really going to start, this solar wind is going to come in quite strong. And here's what's important about that, particularly for those of you who are spiritual teachers or who do empowerment work. Right, so these waves come in all the time. They have been for centuries. They're always coming in, always coming in, always coming in. When you are aware of the energies, you notice them. So I know everybody who's watching me has been noticing them. And so each time they come in, they create within us vibrational changes. They create within us DNA changes. They are coming from within the central sun. And I know that sounds weird, because what's within the central sun? Where's the central sun and all of these sorts of things? Essentially, it's what has been described as a black hole. But there is this thing called the central sun that my guides talk about all the time. And that they quite often say we come from within the central sun. And I don't know what that means, really, scientifically or in a way that I could explain it to you. Many of my guidance groups, the Pleiadians that I work with, they say to me that we come from within or beyond the central sun. So that's where these energetics are coming from. They're coming from beyond and within the central sun. And they are bringing with them DNA changes. They are bringing with them vibrational shifts. Again, indicate, hit like or hit the love button or shoot me a comment, something, just say yes, that you are understanding what I'm talking about, that you've been feeling them. Let me know if you've been feeling them. Let me know if you've been having any of these sorts of symptoms of purging, of clearing. Anyone who's been watching me over the past few weeks will know that I've been talking about having the most horrendous sound on this side of my head. It's been really, really strong and very distracting, which has kept me in my feminine receiving mode because I couldn't really get out and do anything else. So that's gone now, by the way, but it's part of it as well. So if you're receiving anything, Maya, all that you've felt in recent times, absolutely. And so you should be. Exactly. That's exactly right. So yes, thank you for that. So, where was I? So they're coming, all these energetics are coming from the central sun. Now, science has acknowledged it. We're seeing news, not necessarily mainstream news reports, but the ones who are more scientific focused are talking about this huge, unprecedented wave of solar energy, or solar winds is what they call it, that are coming onto our planet over the next few days. Now, you and I know they've been coming for a long time, at least 5 weeks or more. We've been feeling them already because we are at a vibrational level that is very in tune with it. And here's what I really want you to understand. If you are a spiritual teacher of some sort, if you are someone who does empowerment work, if you are someone who creates any kind of art that empowers people, I know this is everybody that I'm talking to. I absolutely know that already. Here's what I want you to really understand. You must really step into your power right now. Empty head, yes, Dornell, that's kind of what I was talking about with this feeling that my head was full with this noise, but at the same time I felt empty. So it was very odd, that paradox, which we're going to move into more and more and more as we move forward. But again, I want to speak to those of you who are teaching, who are coaches, who are light workers, who are healers and helpers here on this planet going through this ascension, here to help gobs of people, lots of numbers of people to transform and to evolve. If you're one of those people, again, I'm saying that every single one of you listening to me, talking to me is, if you are one of those people, I want to get a hell yes in the comments. Just let me know that you're there. Let me know that I'm talking to the right people. You acknowledge, you know that that's what you're here for. And I want to say to you while you're doing that, now is your time. Right now is the time you've been waiting for. Right now is the time you've been waiting for. Can you believe that? This is the time that you've been waiting for, and so you can't fuck around anymore. Excuse my very plain French. You cannot stuff around anymore. You've got to now get to it. You've got to just release and disregard all of that bullshit that's inside you that says you're not enough, that you haven't done enough yet, that you don't have enough people to serve, that you need to do more of your own inner work. You've just got to get rid of all of that crap right now and step into your power. Step into that which you came here to do, because your time is right now. Your time is right now. Reason I'm saying that is this. While you've been feeling these energies because you're aware of it, there are millions of people on this planet who are about to be hit with these waves of energy that are going to create within them these unfamiliar feelings, these unfamiliar emotions, these emotions that are going to cause them to question everything that they've ever known about life. Okay? Some people are going to be very affected by this, and they're going to be seeking you out. They're going to be looking for you. They're going to be saying, oh my God, there's got to be someone who understands what's happening to me. And you need to be standing there saying, you know what? This is the life experience that I live. And they're going to be able to recognize, oh, that feels a little bit like what I'm going through at the moment. Perhaps this person can help me. So you need to be out there talking about this. You need to be out there sharing this. You need to be telling everyone that you know that you are a space holder for this energy. Okay? You are a space holder for this energy, and that you're a safe space for them to come to say, Christ, I'm feeling the weirdest thing I've ever felt in my life. I want to quit my job. I want to leave my husband. I want to love my wife so much that I can't get enough of her. I'm going to, I want to change my life. I want to give up this materialistic life I've been living and step into service. All of these sorts of things. These are the things they're going to be looking for. Someone who can support them through that. So this is your time. It's my time and it's your time. Now, so I want to just address a couple of things that I've seen on some of these channeled and non-channeled, of course, videos and things that I saw last night. I only watched 2 of them, but one of them, and I didn't watch the whole way through, but in one of them I saw somebody recommending that we are to stop grounding ourselves and to simply always just connect into the source energy. And I immediately had this download from my guides. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Do not continue, or don't allow yourself to simply go to that highest place without being grounded as well. Now, they were saying that this is someone who believes that there's going to be a splitting of the world. So there's going to be 2 worlds, the new world and the old world, in reality. So they believe that if you ground yourself into the planet that you're on, that you won't be able to go to this next one. It's not happening like that. This is not a 3D reality thing. You cannot address it as a 3D reality thing. What's going to happen is that with this wave of energy that's coming through, and by the way, with your personal journey that you've been having for the last however many years, this is what you've already been going through. Many of you have already been through what they're calling the event. It's a personal journey. The event is a personal journey. So some people have been through the event many years ago. Some people have been through the event recently. This is just the latest version of the event, and because it's a larger one than's been felt on this planet for a long time, it's taken on this whole personality of its own. But your event and what's happening with you is a personal journey, and it's a personal journey through levels of consciousness. It's not a personal journey where you get to move into another planet and leave other people who are not good people or not enlightened or spiritual people like you will be left on another planet that's called 3D and 5D. It's not like that at all. It's a consciousness shift within you. And because you guys are already moving through this thing that they're calling the event, it's really an opportunity for you to serve, to be in service, to step outside of your own small self and to be of service to those who are now going to start going through this. And because it's a larger wave that's coming through, they'll be doing it at a much, the difference from one day to the next will be quite sharp for them. So that's where you come in. That's where you get to come in and say, hold my hand. I'm steady here. I will help you through it. You're going to be okay. Also at this time there's going to be, so I just want to very quickly say, so again, I would just want to say to you, if you're hearing any advice to not ground yourself because you don't want to be left on this planet, please, please, please check in with your own guidance, check in with your own heart and soul and confirm that. And if your heart and soul confirms, yes, that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. But do not take it as a general rule. Check in with yourself first. So for me, grounding is very, very important. For many of us, grounding is very important. It has been over the past few weeks, as Lisa has mentioned, as well as too tough not being grounded. Absolutely. So there is also going to be, and you might have noticed yesterday, one of the greatest minds on our planet left us, waved goodbye. So thank you, Maria. There are also going to be quite a few people making the decision to not move forward, because this ride that's coming over the next couple of days is going to be quite intense. And they will make that choice, and that's perfectly okay. But your job isn't to worry about that. Your job is to simply hold your hand out, let people know that you know what's going on, let people know that you are a safe container or a safe space for them to come and ask for help. Now, the good thing about this is that it will actually help your business as well. If you've been struggling to get your business going, if you've been holding yourself back because you think people aren't ready for you, well, they are now. So don't hold yourself back anymore. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. I believe I've covered what I wanted to cover. But I want to open up and see if you have any questions about anything that I've said. So let me know if you do. While you are doing that, so Lisa Marie, yesterday I had this incredible energy, like anxious anticipation. Exactly. See, you're picking up on it, Lisa. Absolutely. It doesn't help that there is that collective energy of people who are believing that there is a new planet that's going to be formed, and that some will go and some will stay, and that there's there's a lot of other things regarding spaceships and things like that people are talking about. So that's creating a lot of anxiety, and you might be picking up on that as well. But yes, you are picking up on this sense that something big is coming and something is changing. Absolutely. So just confirmation of that. And so if you have a question, just please ask. I know there's a bit of a delay, so while I'm waiting to see if anybody has any questions, I would like to invite you, if you feel to. I'm just about to open up my next program. It's been growing for the last 5 weeks as I've been sitting in my feminine receiving mode and not outputting too much. It's been growing, I've been making notes, I've been seeing how it's going to be. And I haven't got a name for it yet, but it's going to be a 12-week program which will essentially take you from where you are now and lift you into the multi-dimensions, quantum leap you over the leading edge so that you can truly start living in your gift. And if you don't know what your gift is, you'll find out real quick. And if you do know what your gift is, you'll find out how much more gifted you are. This is the sort of work that I'm going to be doing over the 12-week period. Only 10 people I can do it with because it's very intense. I'll be doing nothing else for 12 weeks but serving in this way. That's why I've had 5 weeks off in my feminine, because I'm going to move into the doing part of it, the masculine part of it, and give everything that I've got to the 10 people that join me over the next couple of weeks for this particular program. If you want to know more about it, or you want to have a chat with me about it, there is a link in the post just to set up a conversation with me, because this is only going to be done by you coming and having a conversation with me making absolutely 100% sure that you're ready for this, and then we move from there. So do apply if that's something that you're interested in doing. Right, or finding out more about. There is an application form. There's a link to the application form in the post. So let me go back. I see some questions coming in and some comments, so I'll just look at those. Maya, I don't have a question, but more a comment. I've been so anxious and in fear that I hadn't considered the people below me at a different energy frequency. God, that makes a lot of sense. I'm so glad that it helped. Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, by the way. I love your presence. I love your energy. It's beautiful. Lisa Turner, not so much a question, but I knew from the start of this year that I'd be called up in service this year to help people awakening. Lisa, now's your turn. Just do it. Just do it. Stop questioning yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking that there's something else you need to learn. You need to just simply get out there and start sharing what you know, sharing the truth that wants to flow through you. Share it and they can find you. All right, beautiful. Hello, Tiani. Beatrice, I've been feeling anxious, overeating and not sleeping well. Yes, absolutely. That's been part of my experience. I've put on so much weight over the last 5 weeks, it's ridiculous. I saw myself on a video interview yesterday and I was like, oh my God, what's happened to me? But yes, overeating, receiving is anxious, yeah, some bits of anxiety, but that's simply because you don't know what's going on. So I hope that what we've spoken about today has helped you to understand that more and to step out of that anxiety and again into sharing the truth as it wants to flow through you, so that others who need to hear it can hear it from you. Yeah, and Beatrice, if you need to watch the replay, that would be great. Lisa Marie, sounds amazing. Can't wait to hear more. Okay, great. Melanie, hello. Thank you for joining me. Melanie's just saying, highly recommend. I took part in Anne's Evolution 2015 and it was hugely life-changing. And it was indeed. And this program that I've got coming up over the 12 weeks is going to be transformational. It's going to be multi-dimensional. It's going to be activations galore, activations and openings and all sorts of things. I don't even know the extent of it yet because I'm coming in a little bit blind as well. That's how I do my best work. I shut my human self down and I allow whatever needs to be heard to come through me, and whatever needs to be activated in you to be activated through my presence with all the guides that I work with and all of the energy that's coming through. It's going to be magical. It's really going to be magical. So, yeah, I also highly recommend it. Thanks, Melanie. Olivia, it's exciting times. I'm so ready. I haven't heard about a new planet, Anne, but to be honest, I put my hand up to go with the aliens. I'd love to hear more about your program too. Olivia, jump on, get yourself booked in to have a consultation with me, to have an interview with me. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about, yeah, absolutely. You know, if there were a different planet and it was going to be in a high vibration and there were aliens and things, I would be the first one saying, pick me, pick me. It's not going to be a new planet. It's still going to be the same planet. And we're still going to have those alien aspects and all of that. You see, we get to have it all. Isn't that cool? So get yourself booked in and let's have a conversation. Yeah, Beatrice is happy that there's nothing wrong with her. Yeah, that little feeling of uncertainty. You know, we either live in love or fear. And if we don't know what's coming, you know, we're not used to living in this multi-dimensional way of, although some of us are becoming more and more used to it, of not knowing what the next step is. And so we just need to adjust to that, to not necessarily knowing what the next step is, but knowing that we're taken care of always and that nothing can ever go wrong and these sorts of things. And you know, that maxim that I love to use, which is life is happening for me, which allows me to trust regardless of whether I can see this far in front of me or not. Okay. All right, so I think I've covered everything. I did want to just pop back. I think Christina's with us, and I just want to say, just as I was going live, I saw your post, and I didn't want to say that, yeah, I'm going live to talk about that energy, but here you are anyway. So yeah, that beautiful energy that's coming in, that is just, it's like our hearts are opening so wide, and isn't it about time? But as I've been talking about through this, that it's going to be happening to a lot of people who don't find that comfortable, who won't know what's going on, who are wanting to change their entire lives in a second, and they don't know where to go for help. So it's our job, as those who have some knowledge of it, or even have some sense that we know a little bit about what's going on, it's our job to now be ready to be of service to those people in whatever way you do it, through your business, through your courses, through your programs, or through getting out into the street and talking to people, whatever it is for you. I make no judgments on that. You know, I make money from the work that I do, and you know, we have to have money to live in this reality, and we're not going to not be living in this reality. Let's be very clear about that. The tipping point, Christina. I actually yesterday wrote down, we've hit the tipping point. So yes, this is exactly right. You know, this event that people are talking about, and these energetics that are coming in from within and beyond the central sun, are going to create the tipping point that we've all been waiting for. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Let me just see. I can see there's a couple more. Thank you, Natalie. I'm also glad that you found this. Please just quieten yourself down and ask your soul to talk to you about it, to assure you that what's happening is okay. That's all we need. It's just our human natural reaction when we feel something unfamiliar to be afraid of it. Beautiful. Okay, Susie, hi. Lovely to see you. It's been a while. Great energy yesterday after a weird Tuesday. Very tired last night. I've been sleeping a lot over the past 5 weeks as well. There's been lots of sleeping going on for me, and lots of, as I said, very feminine energy, just receiving, 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 receiving. So beautiful. Okay, if you want to get booked in to have a conversation with me, there's a link in the post. Please do so. Love to welcome you into the new 12-week program that I'm going to be doing, that is truly going to just completely up-level and upshift you into your multi-dimensional self. So all your abilities are activated, and my gosh, you've got hundreds. All of your abilities are activators. All your fears are gone. Everything that's holding you back from living the life and creating the life and business that you want to create are going to be gone. Everything's up for change. If you're ready for that, jump on and have a conversation with me. I do hope, if you have only just recently joined us, that you watch the replay, learn a little bit more about what's going on, and ask me any questions in the comments that you wish to. I'm going to leave now, but I will come back if there's any questions that you have as you watch the replay. Please pop them into the comments, and I will keep on top of them all. Thank you so much for joining me this beautiful day. What beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. In fact, why don't we just sit for a moment and breathe it in? Just sit quietly and take a few breaths and just feel the energy coming into your heart space. Opening you up, just really opening you up to what's coming. Opening you up to your magnificence and to your service. Giving you the strength really to step out and show that you know what's going on, to step out into that leadership position that the world is so ready for now. Beautiful. Thank you. I'll see you again another time.